Welcome to the Critic Up Show on Creativity and You. I'm your host, Uche Teresa Ezuko. Today's production is proudly sponsored by Liberta Brielle. Liberta Brielle features delicate 18-karat gold-plated jewelry at an affordable price. Love the way you look and feel with Liberta Brielle, specialized in rings, earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Shop now at libertabrielle.com. Our special guest today comes to us all the way from San Diego, California. SG is the author of a two-part series novel titled Through Teryn and The Last Lumenian. SG wrote her first short story at 10. A terrible nightmare with spider-like creatures inspired her to put her dreams and creative aspirations into a bestseller creation. SG has bagged up so many honors and awards, from Best First Novel Awards to Best Romance to Best Science Fiction Fantasy Awards, amongst others. She has taken her creativity to the next level by becoming the creator of tiny houses, diamond painting bookmarks, and homemade greeting cards. SG, you are welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Teresa. It's so wonderful to be here.
Good. We're really happy to be part of your story today. You are so creative. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear everything you have to say today. Welcome.
Thank you. I can't wait to share.
Everything about creativity is you. Understanding the passion of persistence has brought you to where you are today. How has creativity helped to guide you towards a deeper level in embracing your passion and goals?
Well, creativity helped me to live my dream and follow my passion, and that is storytelling. And as you said, at age 10, I had that nightmare. And it turned into this horror story. Yeah. I was able to grab control and change it so I wouldn't end up waking up crying. And I had to share that story with my classmates. And from that point on, it was amazing, this feeling I had that I have to keep telling stories. I have to follow my creativity and live my passion. And then I moved to USA in 2009, 99 and 2001. Okay. And I realized I don't speak a word in English. I had a lot of passive knowledge. And so I had to learn to speak English. And during that time, I needed creative outlets. That's right. I couldn't write in English. I couldn't write in Hungarian, which is my native language. So I reached for other opportunities to express my creativity. And one of them was creating homemade greeting cards. And this helped me to channel this creativity to allow me to be in the present. And after that, I had the dream. I guess I'm getting my inspiration from Dream. Oh. And during that cross-country European trip, and that was a light bulb moment that I can still follow my storytelling passion. That's right. And that's what started me on a 9-year journey of storytelling, writing books. The third book is at the editor. So I can't keep waiting to keep going and see where this journey leads me.
Yeah, I can imagine. You're trying to be creative. You're trying to put down so many information going on in your head, down as a book or as a journal or as a story. And you just keep going but you keep telling yourself, you know what, this story has to end. Like, we can keep going. It really has to end. So I can imagine that moment where you were trying to, you are actually tempted to keep going, but at that point, you know that there has to be a cap to what you have to write. Yeah. Yeah, and it's amazing to hear your dreams, from tiny spiders
to princesses and meddling gods and love triangles, you name it, I had it.
If I see spiders in my dream, I'm not sleeping for a couple of days. I don't care, right?
Right. I'm not a fan of spiders either. My main hero, she's not a fan of spiders either.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us today. Thank you.
Can you tell us about The Last Lumenian? The lead character, Lila, seemed to be a very determined and passionate hero focused on what needs to be done. And the caption, most princesses need saving, this one will save you, reinforces her character in your story. How has these unique skills, putting all of these together, helped you as an individual?
You know, when I created my first hero, I also embarked a self-discovery journey along with her. It's very important when you're a writer to write your own truth. And for that, I needed to know who I am and who I was at the time. Obviously, we're changing year by year, but I had to start somewhere. So I did a lot of personality tests. I dabbled with pop psychology just so I can understand, better of emotions, actions, thoughts that lead to actions. She has flaws. How does she overcome these flaws? It's so important that we acknowledge when we make mistakes, but we also learn from them, because without learning from mistakes, we can't progress and become a better human being. That's which right. I try to include into my life. Is every day I strive to be a better human being. I start with a fresh slate, and try to do better than the day before. And I love that I can see that in my main character as well. Each story, she embraces her flaws, turns her weakness into strength, overcomes obstacles, both inner and outer, and then she triumphs. And it's such an amazing feeling to follow her and get to know more about her while I get to know more about myself, which I hope in turn allowed me to become a better person in my private life, be a better mom to my 17-year-old son, to be a better wife, a better daughter. And all of these are so interconnected. It is really fascinating to see how this journey led into so many side tracks I didn't even imagine, or I couldn't even imagine. Yeah.
It's really amazing here, because you were trying to fuse together your personality into Lila as a character. That tells me how determined, how passionate, how strong you are, because just perceiving Lila as that character that she's focused, she knows what needs to be done, and she gets it done. It doesn't matter, obstacles that she had to encounter in that story, but somehow she had a way to, fulfill that purpose or make that thing happen. And it's amazing, because having that as a personal trait, I tell you, it's way beyond it's unimaginable. It's great. It's awesome. And it's good to know that you're actually persevering. You are using your creativity to not just write stories, but you're using them to create greeting cards and other things that make you happy, that make you feel that your purpose is you're living your purpose and your dream. It's amazing. It's amazing, SG. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Teresa, for your kind words. It means a lot to me coming from you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We're still on the show Critical, a Fast Tide production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Ezuko. And today we do have a special guest. S.G Blaise is our special guest today. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And SG, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome. You have taken creativity to the next level by becoming the creator of tiny houses, diamond paintings, bookmarks, and homemade greeting cards. Tell us a bit more about that, and feel free to share whatever, what you have to show us today as regards to your other side of creativity.
Thank you. I love doing my tiny houses. In fact, I have a couple I can show you if you would like to see them. This is a first peek of my new one. And it also has a little light switch, so it turns on.
Wow.
And just to give you a perspective, there is a tiny book on that table, and it's not even 1/3 of my pinky nail.
No way. No.
And it has pages.
Oh, so I love that. I would love to have that. To be honest, it's amazing.
Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun to build. In fact, this was my first one that I built. And what's interesting about this that, you know, when I first built the bigger one, I think this is a 1:24 scale and the other one is 1:12 scale. I said, oh, this cannot be that more difficult. Oh my goodness, everything is tiny. I have to have a magnifying glass to be able to see what I need to cut out, how to fold, how to glue. And then the bigger one, which is,
So
this is my favorite.
do you have like a special ruler that you use to like measure every?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, this is my handy dandy ruler, and
Oh,
it has millimeters and centimeters. And they often tell me, you know, cut out a 2 millimeter by 5 millimeter. It's like this.
so do you have to be like exact? Like you have to be absolutely right. Like,
I do. It's very important to be precise. And it's just so funny. I wish I could show it to my dad. He was an engineer. He had the engineer mindset. He was always methodical and precise. And he would love to see when I have to draw the lines and cut them out and then cover the furniture. And oh, this is just so much fun to learn how something comes from pieces that don't quite make sense at the time, but then suddenly becomes a whole new different image or building or a notebook or you name it. And this helped me to understand, you know, when I write my stories, how important it is to have that patience that I have all the elements of character, plot, dialogue, moral argument, world building, and they seem separate and they don't seem to add up to anything. But as I put them together organically, they became this amazing whole story. And it's just a fascinating process that I see in my work and I see it in my hobby. You know, and these hobbies also allow me to stay in the present, which is so important when, you know, after publishing, I have the business side to deal with it, right? You know, there's marketing, there is social media. So it can create a bit of an overwhelming feeling to do a lot of things at the same time, to the point where you don't know what to do, where to start. And these hobbies, they force me to slow down, take a deep breath, be in the present. If you don't want to make mistakes, really pay attention what you're cutting, how you're folding.
Sometimes you have that voice in your head telling you to calm down, take it slowly.
Exactly.
One day at a time.
Exactly. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, where do you find the time to do all this? Like I'm just trying to imagine you in my head right now, like writing stories, and at the same time you're thinking of the next creative, you know, something to come up. Yeah. I don't get it. It's mind blowing, honestly. And for me, I think it's more than a hobby for you, because you know you keep these things coming. Like, is it they just come to you and you put like different types of engineering goes into it as well, and
actually many of them are coming in a little kit. And at the first, you know, when I did my first house, I didn't dare to deviate from the colors or the decorations or anything, the materials, right? Yeah. And as I started to build more of these houses, I became more confident and started to develop my own style. Just like with what happened in writing, I developed my author voice or writing voice. I started to develop my style. So that's why when I built this house, I changed pretty much a lot of aspects of this one. And, you know, the carpet is different. The furniture color is different. You know, this one, I added the little beads. So I started to collect these little items of beads, the dry flower that you can see here. This one has light too. Let me turn it on.
Okay, you know what? You know, I think at this point, you can be so many things, SG. Like you can be an interior decorator, you can be an architect right now, you can just start designing houses. You can start decorating houses and homes for people. Like you are so many things right now. And Oh, wow.
Thank you, Teresa. I'm not sure I would go that far because you haven't seen my living room first effort with different color paints and furniture and pillows, and it was just a mess. So this is teaching me how to put together a room, and collecting these items like I love my little beads.
Okay.
I have all of these. Now imagine I'm gonna use one per house. So this is at least 100 house worth of beads.
No.
I hope I have enough time to do it. I also add, ribbons.
Okay.
I love adding little ribbons, dry flowers, as I mentioned. So I started to collect these little items to create, quilt fabric. I have a collection of these fabrics that I can switch out if I don't like what they supply. And it's just so much fun to experiment. This taught me to be free, have that open mind that you need to experiment. Don't be afraid to try new things and go down that road. And this also allowed me to be a better writer, because when next I sat down to write my draft, I was more open to certain ideas. And it's so important to don't dismiss, when you have an idea or an inspiration, and keep going with that. So this was just an amazing experience, and how the two fit together. It never ceased to amaze me, Teresa.
This is fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic, honestly. Like, I can stop imagining what else you're up to. Like, what's the next big idea you're up to next? I just can't think about it right now, because I know that whatever it is, it's coming out big, like super huge right now. This is amazing. Like, oh God.
Thank you very kindly. Well, the next big idea is to take this series to a different media and media format. So I'm looking to expand it into comic books, TV show, film. There are so many stories of origin stories of characters, different side characters, going to the prequel, and going into the future with the next generation of characters.
That's
and
right.
Frankly, I can't wait to see where this road is going to take this series. It's been a blast to write it. I've been having so much fun, and these characters they've become my friends. I feel bad for putting them through the ringer, but it can't be helped.
You've got what it takes. You've got everything going right now. It is absolutely amazing. Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And thank you for sharing all that useful information with us today. Thank you.
We are still on the show Critical of Farsight Production, and I'm your host, Uche Teresa Ezuko, and today we do have a special guest. S.G Blaise is our special guest today, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And S.G, you are still welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us, how do you feel about where you are right now in terms of what you have achieved? What are your next big steps? Where are all of these taking you to? Where do you see yourself excelling into from here?
The next big steps, as we talked about, is to develop this series. Yeah. I also like to focus in the present and get one book a year. It's very important, and the goal is to actually get 2 books out a year. That would be the side characters. For that, I need to learn to write faster, develop the stories faster. Okay. And we also plan to have a new website that will be a hub for all the readers and all the audiences, where they can explore the immense world building that they only see this much in the books. But I have 500 pages of world building that wait for them to go and explore, see the locations, see the history of the worlds. Because, I can only put into the stories what's needed. So it's important not to overwhelm the readers, but there is so much to explore, so much to find out.
See, so much to read about.
Yeah. And I can't wait to share with the readers and add more character illustrations, more maps to the website. So we're constantly striving to build it out more, and until it becomes a whole different experience for the readers.
Yeah, that's good. That's fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all that with us today. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're still on the show Critica of Fastlight Production, and this is our call-out session on creativity and you. And today we do have a special guest. S.G Blaise is our special guest today. And for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. And SG, you're still welcome to the show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people out there are eager to know more about what you do. How can we reach out to you for collaborations or partnerships? We're all interested in getting to know you more.
Anyone who is interested in connecting or reaching out, they can find me on my website, sgblaise.com, or on Instagram, sgblaise.official, or on Twitter, sgblaise.author.
Wonderful. So, well, we will find you. As long as you're out there on social media, we will find you.
I can't wait.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming to the show. Thank you for sharing all the useful insights with us. I'm really excited having you here. And please feel free to put out all your creative works out there. I think you're doing an amazing job. You're talented, you're determined, you're passionate, you're full of creative energy that I can actually tap some from you right now. Like I can feel your energy come through like right now.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. This was such a wonderful opportunity and I was having a blast talking to you. You're such a wonderful person. Thank you so much.
Thank you.